This episode of the A.T.TIPSCAST is sponsored by TextHelp Systems, provider of award-winning literacy solutions including Read and Write Gold and Fluency Tutor. For more information, go to www.texthelp.com. That's www.texthelp.com.
On Saturday, September 24th, 2011, the National Down Syndrome Society will kick off Down Syndrome Awareness Month and the Buddy Walk season with a video presentation in the heart of Times Square in New York City. The video features pictures of more than 200 individuals with Down syndrome from across the country and around the world. Visit buddywalk.org for more information and to submit a photo. All entries must be received by July 15th, 2011. And you are listening to the A.T.TIPSCAST.
Welcome to the A.T.TIPSCAST, exploring and investigating the implementation of assistive technology in public schools. I'm your host, Chris Bouguet. This is episode number 79, recorded on July 4th, 2011. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, and that means my wife and I have been doing a lot of video conferencing with each other. This episode features one of our recorded conversations, which just so happens to include A.T.TIPS 205, 206, and 207. Enjoy a little peek behind the curtain.
Grrr, this is frustrating.
What you looking at, bud? What's the problem?
You know how I'm supervising 2 student teachers this year, right?
Right, you do that every year.
And you know how I asked them to send me their lesson plans ahead of time before I go observe them in the classroom, right?
Right.
Well, these 2 sent me their lesson plans and the files they're going to use on the interactive whiteboards in their classrooms. They're looking for me to review the files before they do the lessons, but I don't have an interactive whiteboard here. Unless, of course, you have one, Chris. You do have one stashed away somewhere, right? Please tell me you do.
Sorry, bud. As much as I like to have a top-secret bat cave in the house, I don't have any hidden cubbies with an interactive whiteboard stowed away. You're in luck, though, because you don't need an interactive whiteboard to view files made using interactive whiteboard software. There are other things you can try.
Oh yeah, I knew I didn't need an interactive whiteboard to view these files they sent me. What was I thinking? I know interactive whiteboards work independently from their corresponding software titles. But my problem is, I don't have any of those software titles.
Bud, no worries. You don't have to fret. Have the teachers resend the files to you as PDFs. There are PDF converters out there, like the free one at cutepdf.com they can download. Once they download and install the Qt PDF Writer software, they can use it to convert their files to PDFs. Then they can send those to you so you can preview them.
That's not a bad idea, except both of my students are away this weekend. One is at a wedding, and the other one is at a family reunion, and the observations are both tomorrow. They won't be able to do that in time. I'm stuck. I wish there was a way I could view their interactive whiteboard files right now without having to convert them.
Wait a second. There is. 2 of the biggest names in the interactive whiteboard game are Smart Technologies and Promethean, and both offer a way to view files made using their software. Which software did they use to make the files?
Well, this one has an extension .notebook.
Okay, that's the Smart Notebook file.
This one has an extension .flipchart.
Okay, that's the Promethean Activ Inspire file. Let's tackle the notebook file first. Try going to express.smarttech.com. This is Smart Technology's free, web-based smart notebook reader. See, for the student who used the Smart Notebook software, you'll be able to open the file using this website. You'll be able to review the content in the file. When you go to that website, you can view an existing file or even create a new one. There are 2 buttons right on the home screen that give you either option. You can't miss them.
Oh, I see them. One is green and the other is blue. Let me see. I'll choose Open an Existing File, navigate to my desktop where I saved the file she sent me, and then click Open.
That's right. Once it opens, you'll be able to view each page of the notebook file. The web-based version doesn't have all of the features of the client version, but it does give you the ability to see the pages, interact with the objects on the pages, delete pages, use the screen shade, use some different colored pens, erase things, and add text. It's kind of nice because there isn't a lot of clutter or confusion. It's limited, but in this case, there are some advantages to the limitations. For your purposes, you could make notes right on the file and send it back to her with all your notes on it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! And hey, check this out. When I go to the Smart Exchange website, the place where people share notebook files they've made, and you find a resource you're interested in, it gives you the option to open in Smart Notebook Express right there.
Oh yeah, so you're at exchange.smarttech.com, found an activity someone else has made that meets your needs, and instead of downloading it, you hit the Open in Smart Notebook Express button?
Exactly. Now what about this .flipchart file?
Promethean offers a version of their software as a free download. It's called Activ Inspire Personal Edition, and it lets teachers, students, parents, and others interact with flip charts and resource packs available on Promethean Planet, as well as fully integrate Promethean's learner response devices, ActiveVote and Active Expression. And, although it doesn't apply to you, it's available for Mac and Linux users as well as PC users.
Where do I find it?
Go to PrometheanPlanet.com and download the Activ Inspire software. The version you download is the Personal Edition. You can upgrade later if you want to buy the Professional Edition.
So I'll be able to view the file she sent me with this software, right?
Yes, you can view any flip chart, like all the free ones shared over at PrometheanPlanet.com, and use a variety of tools, like the pen tool. You'll also be able to manipulate objects and edit text, so you could make notes on this file too. Now that I think of it, both Promethean and Smart have nice PDFs comparing the free versions of their products to the paid version of their products, and those are on their website. Maybe I should put links to those charts on the blog site A.T.TIPSCAST.wordpress.com.
These free versions are just what I needed.
Yeah, they're really useful for students too. See, let's say a teacher uses a file during the day, but a student was absent, or a student needs to see part or even the whole file again to review it. The teacher could put this file up in a shared location, like on their website, their blog, their wiki, or shared on a disk or a thumb drive, and then the student can view it later.
Oh, this could be used as a pre-teaching activity too. Some students could review a file before the lesson in the classroom, so they are familiar with the concept before they get in the room.
Right, and it's useful for parents too. They can review the content themselves, just as it was presented to their child, so they can reinforce the concepts at home.
Oh my gosh, honey, that's awesome! You saved the day. Now let me take a look at these students' files. I can't wait to see what they've created.
I'm sure they'll be great. Good luck tomorrow, and have fun.
I will! Have a safe trip home.
I've got a bunch of announcements before I close the episode. First, I'd like to thank Becky Switalski for her bumper about the video presentation put together by the National Down Syndrome Society that will be happening in Times Square on September 24th, 2011, to kick off the Buddy Walk season and for Down Syndrome Awareness Month. Wouldn't it be awesome to see someone you know have their face plastered up on the big screen in Times Square? It'd be one of those moments they and you would remember for a lifetime. So, if you know someone with Down syndrome, let that person and their family know about the event, even if they can't be there live. You can learn all about it and submit photos by going to buddywalk.org. Thanks, Becky. In other news, I mentioned at the beginning of this episode how I've been traveling a lot lately. If you'd like to see the presentations that I've been a part of, then head on over to slideshare.net/A.T.TIPSCAST. I have links to all the presentations for you to check out and explore. I hope you find them fun and interesting. Speaking of presentations, Beth Poss and I will be doing a webinar for the Assistive Technology Industry Association called PD 2.0. This workshop will be held on August 2nd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it costs $39 right now to register. So, what do you get for your money? Well, the webinar is going to be packed with strategies for diversifying your professional development experiences using free or commonly found technologies. If your professional development is mostly face-to-face and archived videos, and you feel like you need a different way to provide PD, this is the workshop for you. You can sign up over at bit.ly/ATIA Webinars 2011. That's bit.ly/ATIA Webinars 2011. All one word. Don't worry, I'll have that linked over at the blog A.T.TIPSCAST.wordpress.com. Now, I have a question for you. Are you going to the beach this summer? If so, keep an eye out for mermaids, particularly small ones, without voices, who might be holding pearls in their hands. Okay, I'm just messing around, but you might remember A.T.TIPSCAST episode number 54 titled The Small Mermaid. That episode was a short story about a mermaid who loses her voice and the strategies she uses to find another way to communicate. Well, I've been experimenting with ebook creation lately, and I was using The Small Mermaid as a test bed to see if I could create one. And I'm proud to announce that I figured it out. The Small Mermaid is now available on Amazon as a short story for your Kindle or for your free Kindle app for your iPhone, iPod Touch, or iPad. The story costs 99 cents, which is the lowest price Amazon allows. So, if you have 99 cents and you're interested in having The Small Mermaid as an ebook, please check it out. Finally, I'd like to remind everyone that every episode of the A.T.TIPSCAST is released under a Creative Commons license. Basically, that means you can share, and share every episode by making copies of it. Just don't change it or sell it. So, share and copy away. In fact, I encourage it. Those of you who are using the A.T.TIPSCAST as a professional development vehicle in your district or class, you'll be glad to know that the question booklets for volumes 11, 12, and 13 are now ready to be downloaded from the blog attipscast.wordpress.com. You can find links to all of the free question booklets from the free PD Kits link at the top of the page. Until next time, may all your interventions be inclusive, may all your strategies be supportive, and may all your files both be smart and active.